My name is Eric Tercio.
I'm Jacqueline Ramori.
I'm Ashley Balo.
My name is John McKenna.
We are students at Quinnipiac interested in studying international issues of Darfur and how it can be prevented.
The conflicts in Darfur traces back to decades older than the date of the recognition by the media and the rest of the world. According to the International Relations Committee of the Communist Party of Sudan, their perception in the Communist Party believes there are two causes of the conflict. One, the historical roots of the conflict, and two, the role of different consecutive political regimes that govern Sudan. The National Islamic Front regime played a role in escalating the conflict in Darfur.
The Darfur issue erupted in 2003, specifically with the Sudan Liberation Army and the Justice and Equality Movement, two different rebel factions attacking military installations within Sudan. They were attacking because of the discrimination placed against African natives in the country. To try to oppose these rebel factions, the Sudan government, they mobilized defensive militias. They were called Janjaweeds, and they were backed by the Arab government, and they were supposedly killing African tribal farmers, and this escalated into genocidal acts, which the U.S. declared in 2004.
The Sudanese government has actually denied backing Janjaweed, but it's pretty well known that they are actually supporting them. And then helping the Sudanese government is a country like China, who is supplying arms to help them commit this genocide, and at the same time they're exploiting the country for its resources.
The trouble with countries like China and Russia is that they're very economically entrenched in Sudanese oil. China gets 50% of its oil from Sudan, so they have a very strong economic relationship. Because of this, Russia will block most all sanctions placed against Sudan to keep this economic stability going. Russia blocks these sanctions as well, and supposedly even supplies the Sudanese army with weapons, even though publicly they denounce the acts of genocide and hope that they will cease.
And another weapon of war that they're actually using in this conflict is rape, because a raped woman is considered unclean, and it leaves her very ostracized from society. So in order to further embarrass her and her family, these militia groups will rape women right in public, very brutally.
They have a lot of different weapons that they use at their disposal. They use bombs, they use different types of explosives, they drop bombs that shatter nails everywhere and attack villages. They have a scorched earth policy in many places, burning crops, homes, transplanting families. As of now, they have a conservative estimate where the death rate in Darfur is exceeding 200,000 people, with 2.5 million being displaced.
And a major way that the Sudanese government is covering this up is by using mass graves and genocide, and they're also killing and kidnapping a lot of journalists. So it's really affecting the way the media is even able to cover this conflict if they wanted to.
A lot of peacekeepers from the U.S. and the UN have been killed, and just the fact that they're killing these foreign peacekeepers who aren't causing further violence is a very detrimental fact to all this.
The media plays a big role in this too, because due to the war in Iraq, it seems that much of the attention is focused there rather than other countries, and that seems to be part of protests around the world. And the question is, why doesn't the media focus more on Darfur and other wars such as Darfur? And part of that problem is they're really not able to, due to journalists are being killed for trying to do their job, and it prevents other further coverage on the issue.
What's interesting is much of the Arab and Muslim world claims that the crisis in Darfur has been largely exaggerated, and that what's occurring there is not genocide, it's merely war crimes, and that worse things are going on in other parts of the world, like Palestine.
Though it is true that most of the U.S. and even members of the UN have become really obsessed with the supposed war on terror in Middle Eastern countries, where terror is happening in Darfur every day, and the focus should be shifted to primarily this region of the world.